Episode 333. It's a bright and beautiful day to finally be continuing on the main quest. It's kind of a special episode number, 333. We're not going to be doing anything really special though, it's just more main quest stuff. At least we're not wasting this special episode number on weird side quest stuff with Namazu or Lupin or whatever. Yeah, so what kind of place is the Azim Steppe? Oh, you'll see. We both have long roads ahead of us. Good luck to us both, eh? Oh yeah, they're not coming. A pity we have no time to speak at length, but there's no rest for the righteous. Godspeed. No rest for the righteous, no rest for the wicked. Who's there rest for? I guess the people in between. I should not be surprised that he sought refuge in the steppe. We were separated during the skirmish in the northern mountains. Yeah. So there's Yangsha over here, right? This is this. It's hard to control the speed. This over here is Yangsha with Stoma, and I think this part here says Yangsha, this text. But then Yangsha isn't just like the only thing in O3rd. This Ruby Sea is sort of part of Yangsha. I mean, it's mostly ocean, but this coast here, that is Yangsha, I guess. And the Azim Steppe is like a different thing. And then there's like even more stuff that isn't any of that, even though it's all part of O3rd. Like all of this. This is something later. This is nothing yet. It might be something later. Surprised it shows up on the map when it's like not really that important to the story. Whereas parts that are under the clouds here that are still covered until we get to them later, they are important to the story and... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter to talk about it now. I should probably just get a move on. Oh, but this place to the south of Yangsha that I was talking about last time, I think, that's Nangsha. It's like a southern China kind of thing, or... Well, this is like the northern part of China, and I guess this would be more like the southern part of Asia, or... It doesn't line up perfectly with, like, the geography, but I guess it's supposed to be sort of... It's been happening more than ever today. All the recordings I'm doing today, I'm coughing up a storm. It's pretty bad. I have to note this down so I can mute out my cough from the waveform. Been starting episodes more and more like this recently, where I'm just coughing and writing down on my notepad where the cough is so I can mute it out, but I guess them's the breaks whenever you have to deal with a cold, or when you're coming down from one. Okay. Anyway, the point of what I was saying was that there's Nangsha over here, and it's important to the story. They're like people from Nangsha that you interact with at some point. But, it's all hidden from the map until later, I guess. Moving on. If all are ready, let us depart for a reunion in the Azim Steppe. Our route will be somewhat circuitous. We'll need to return to the Ruby Sea and head north along the coast, past Isari. Well, we have flying in both of those areas, this area and Ruby Sea. And now that we're doing the main story again, we will have to look out for more aether currents out in the world, but only 4. It's a good thing it's morning for this next part, because heading into the new area, we know we're going to get a cutscene that's going to give us the landscape and all of those good shots that are great for thumbnails. Perfect lighting for it. I'm glad the weather is good too. No, guess we're stopping here first, but not long. Don't let the weather change you, Kiri. From here we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steppe. These and Gositsu have already gone on ahead. We should carry on as well. Okay, good. We're going straight there. The people of Isari seem to be doing well. That's a relief. I'm glad you checked in on them. Very nice of you. Didn't have to do that. I think previously, if you tried to go in this direction... Maybe I should have tried to catch it on camera when I was like in the area. But if you tried to go to the Azim Steppe, before the story would let you go there, I'm pretty sure this would have been blocked off by a cave-in or something. It would have been blocked off by something, I just think it was a cave-in, but that's like the rule with most of the areas moving forward after a Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn, you were pretty much clear to go anywhere you wanted, I think. There weren't any blocked off areas due to the story, just because everyone started their game in different cities and whatever. But then moving forward, everyone follows the same path, so they have to block things off for story purposes. Ah, there you are. This is the cave. After you, Komoi. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Cutscene.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on, in search of hope, in search of him.
Alright, great shot of that thing in the background. It really is just a giant, empty plain, like she said, vast and empty. What a beautiful, vast and empty plain it is. They really, like, killed it with the art direction. I guess a part of that is having the huge landmark in the center that looks good from several angles, with like the multicolored flags. And just mainly in this weather you really get to appreciate the huge green field from one end to the other. And speaking of one end to the other, I can spy the Aetheryte all the way on the opposite side, way over there. That'll become important later. It's very flat, except where it's not, I suppose. Very perceptive of you. Although it is vast and filled with many different peoples, I know next to nothing about the Zayla and their ways, but we shall learn together, shall we not? It's funny to think that this is like basically their neighbor. When you look at this version of the map, they're just right next to each other, right? But this is the map of the entire continent of Orthard. Kind of. The entire part of Orthard that we can explore. It doesn't really represent how far apart these places are, because we basically went from here all the way around, I guess, and then north to here in this plain, which maybe doesn't look that far, but you have to consider it's much bigger than this entire country. Like this continent is much bigger than this country, which is basically Japan, which is big. And compared to our starting area, I guess it's pretty comparable. Actually, when I say that, I guess the fact that Thanalan and the Black Shroud and the Gnosia are this far apart and they still have interactions with each other, maybe it seems a little strange that they don't interact much, Doma and the Azim Steppe. But I guess that's more a cultural reason rather than a distance reason, anyway. I give you the Azim Steppe, Komoi. Oh, thank you. We accept. Though I should say that this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Okay, I was just talking about this. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent reunion are more welcoming than most. Come, It is not much further. It's a pretty place and all, but as pretty as it is still vast and empty. It really is just this. I can't really tell you anything different about, like, the different parts of this field, other than maybe this corner and this corner being a bit different, and then the big centerpiece. But then the rest of it is just field to me. You're a you... No wait, you're a... What is it again? You're a who are you and what is this place NPC? Yep, it's Osberg. Or Osberg. What do you do here? No wait, hang on. It's not a who are you, what is this place, it's a what do you do and what is this place. I've seen this so many times and yet I still say it wrong. Okay. Gazing into Osberg's cold, dead eyes, you realize that he is responsible for monitoring the merchants that trade in Reunion. Okay, what kind of place is this? Unflinching, Osberg continues to stare into the distance. You turn and notice that he has his eyes locked on the marketplace. It appears Reunion is used by traders from all over to sell their various wares. Wow, incredible, Komoy. You gleaned all that from Osberg's stare. Game recognizes game, I guess. From like one silent person to another. But no, that's just like how they work here. I mean, we'll get into it. Booze, fresh booze, guaranteed to satisfy. Made with game caught daily by the finest Dazgar hunters and prepared by our husbands, fresh booze. I guess we should get the lowdown from these guys before we talk to the rest of the NPCs. Is it just me, or is everyone here Zayla? I must confess that this is my first time on the step, he told us. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we'll begin our search for Lord Hien. When last I spoke with Lord Hien, he said he spent much time in these markets. I'd hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey Yugiri, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zayla here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny. If they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the step with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lise? Why indeed? Perhaps they see little value in it. I mean, it is just a big empty field. To them. But to the Zayla, I guess it's everything. Especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is sin, and the weather is unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true. But they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen. Thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Hien. Every time I see Hien, I have to add Lord in front of it in my mind, but no, she just says Hien. People from many tribes gather in Reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately. Komoy, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Yeah, if we can. Okay, now we talk to this one. Booze, fresh booze, your choice of lamb or zo. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, miss? 50. A domin? Unless another Dazkar is keeping him in her. Unless another Dazkar is keeping him in her yurt. He is not here. Oh, wait. I see. Har har. More fool her if she took a domin for a husband. Gossip. I love it. But enough about domins. Let us speak of booze instead. You cannot come to the Azim Steppe and not sample this most traditional of delicacies. Apparently we can, because we aren't given the option to try the booze. You there, why don't you have a booze in your hand right now? Because we don't drink on the job. But no, it's probably some bread, I think. Or was it like a meat inside of bread? I don't know. What fortune you have to come hither at this time. Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too. Hearts, livers, brains. Or a brace of blood sausages if you desire only a snack. A doman. Poor meat they make domans. I test. I did see a young mole in the company of one some few days ago. Are you sure you do not wish to purchase anything? Organs as fresh as these will be gone before you know it. No, okay, she's got a real customer now. If it were up to me, I'd actually buy some. And stuff Kamoi's face. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy, cooked to perfection, beloved without the step. Come. You seek domans? Then you are come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. Most of the proper nouns they're saying are the names of the tribes, well, some of the tribes. The various tribes. More than 50 apparently, probably not all named. We'll interact with a few of them. I mean, we've interacted with a few of them already, but we'll get to know them better. Traveling jeweler? Yeah, that figures. They are just like game NPCs for the most part, but I was just kind of hoping for random dialogue. This isn't random. I did not think it would be so expensive. Many plants found on the steppe may be used in medicines and poisons. To a traveler, it may be difficult to discern the difference. Safer to buy what you seek from me. Let's see if we can spot any more NPCs before we actually interact with them. Like in the story. I wouldn't remember every NPC, but I'll remember some of them. What are you cooking? No booze. I guess the market is cornered by Shambui. Give us a warrior stew, because we're a warrior. Wait, what? That's control and craftsmanship. Why is the warrior stew for a gathering class, or a crafting class? These are all for crafting and gathering, okay. Then none for us. Okay, I don't think we're going to find any more NPCs like that one. That one over there. We'll just continue with the main story, I think. Goro Horsemaster. They have horses here. We have a horse, right? Maybe I should put that on temporarily. Just the one, right? It's a horse, technically. Kind of. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man. Say again? You are seeking who? The doman. I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes as a mole girl. Though I could not describe her, I only know that she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed. With the chat mode and say, etc., any phrase contains mole. Task a Zayla in reunion if they are of the mole tribe. Okay. And we get to say whatever we want. To whomever we want. Let's see, get on my keyboard. And then say, let's say I'm digging for moles. Are you one? No. No, we have to say capital mole. Okay. I'm pretty sure this still will work even if it's not like, even if it's like as part of a different word. Yeah, it works, okay. I'm Ura, if you must know. Come down from the mountains in the north, if there is nothing else. Damn, not the mole we're looking for. Times if we talk without doing the thing. Where shall we go next? And your dialogue? There, you did well to travel so far. Okay, just want to collect that dialogue. You take me for a mole? I'm an Oronir. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Okay. Lowly moles, because they are underground. No, not really. No relation to my little pun. If you can even call it a pun. Yes, I am mole. My name is Sirna. May I help you? I hope I didn't miss anyone to like optionally talk to. I'm pretty sure she was the last one. You don't look like a mole to me. Oh, I see. You are looking for Hien. In that case... How urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kind's Eye, will you buy it? There is but one bundle left. If not, then... I will, though I had not thought to pay so high a price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Please, I must have the King's Eye. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in Whisper Root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass through reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for this kindness. I am sorry, but we must speak of Hien later. I cannot leave reunion without that King's Eye. Must be very pressing. You want to help me, is that it? I do not know what to say. Thank you, Komoi. Thank you. The lumbering ones we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough Whisper Root. Return here when you are finished. Good luck. Before the rebellion, men from the south sometimes came to trade. Now, much less. Well, I mean, they're kind of occupied. Literally. Alright, you get the right. Oh, and there's the bad weather just in time. It's a good thing we got all the great intro shots for this area in the sunlight. No, wait, she said west, I guess. You never know. You never know what the weather's gonna be. I mean, you do know if you check, like, the weather reporter that's in every town, or whatever they're called, Skywatcher. And also you can check, like, a website. Sometimes I do that before I start an episode. Right, and then... There are websites that have worked out the entire... weather pattern, like, mathematically, whatever you would call it. It's all deterministic how the weather is going to be in Final Fantasy. Follows a strict schedule and whatnot. And I'm not sure how they do it, but they figured it out on that website. I figure it must be some kind of either statistics just through repetition that they figured out it always follows the same pattern, or they just looked at the code and figured it out, or both or something. Should I get that? It's actually nearby. Oh. I think it's actually in town. Music's pretty good here too. I mean, this music is good too, but I'm mainly talking about the music out in the field. It should be up there, right? I seem to recall one being on top of these things. Yeah, should be this. It's not not here. Great. Oh, it was right there. Did we pass by that and I didn't even notice? I must have. I mean, we walked through this door, so obviously I did miss it, but... How? How did I miss it? I guess I was so focused on the pass ahead I didn't even see that. You know what it is? It's those wind sprites in the distance and all over the place. Sometimes I see them and I guess I must have saw it in the corner of my eye. This was a wind sprite or something. Alright, that one's way off. Oh, and she's back. Okay, looks like she got her too. Welcome back, Omoy. Have you brought the Whisper Root? We sure did. Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for his fortune does he ever ride. Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The Kinsoi is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Who would gone rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided grandmother, as they guided this woman from the west. I guess it sounds like a lot of coincidences, so sure. Thank the gods. But also thank us. I guess she already thanked us. And now we stand out in the rain, just like people in the Final Fantasy world do all the time.
How goes the search? Any luck?
Yeah, we found all the Whisper Root we could ever need. But they're talking about Hien.
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Cyrena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the face of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested.
Undying, you say? You've piqued Komoy the Necromancer's interest.
Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan San.
Sahan Sa? Is that how she pronounced it? I wouldn't have guessed.
During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan San.
She pronounces it like with an N at the end of the R, but it's an R. Expect since the Sahan part is spelled with an actual N, that the San part would also be with an N. I'm not really sure how this stuff gets like transcribed into English, because I guess the original language this is based off of doesn't have this same like phonetic. It doesn't work phonetically the same way English does. And I mean, I don't even know which language this was based on originally, like this culture. I know so little about this part of the world, I guess. Anyway.
Which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Kestir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You see Kien, yes? I know where he may be.
That's an intense stare, Gomor. The people have spoken, and Lord Hien will heed their words. He must. If she knows where Lord Hien is, then what are you waiting for? Ask her. While we're waiting for those blue quests that we're gonna do now, I guess. I like a good fight as much as anyone, but we should probably find Hien and head back to Doma as soon as we can. Yeah, as soon as we get these other things done. I guess since they popped up, they want us to do them now, or this is like the proper time to do them. What excuse are we making up this time? They're in such a hurry to find Hien, but I think we can wait because Serena is still gathering more stuff from the market that she needs in conjunction with her, whatever she wants from this guy. So while she does that, we're gonna help out these guys. It's a very important thing that she has to gather all of the ingredients for, a thing that I don't remember at all. Words are very unnecessary. Hello, traveler. As it happens, some of the local Kestiri merchants have been dealing with a problem involving your kind of late. What do you mean, our kind? You mean, short people? The union is run by the Kestir. It will not do you any favors to displease them. The tribe is famed for its dislike of speech. They believe that all words are merely lies. The Kestiri way is to show your intentions through your actions. Nothing else shall suffice for them. And yet a merchant from far-off lands has recently appeared in the Union, trying to force the Kestir to trade by using the very words they despise. Ignorance is no excuse. I have seen others attempt to explain the local customs to him. However, it matters not what anyone says if he will not listen. I would appreciate it if you were to take responsibility for this buffoon. No doubt he is still in the Khan's tent, harping on. Okay, Komor will do it only because she gets to lay a guy out. Oh, this tent? Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can go inside it. He's not that short. I guess they meant like a Westerner. The Kestiri girl furrows her brow, willing Gasco to leave her presence, or leave her in peace. It appears she is the one in charge of organizing the Union's marketplace. If only Gasco had the text that, like, appears whenever we do that, just now, then he'd be able to, like, get by without having to talk to them. Is it Gasco or Gascon? I don't suppose you'd fancy taking part in this conversation anytime soon, would you? If I've done something to displease you, you need only tell me what. And just who would you happen to be? If you're here to trade, then you'll have to wait your turn. I arrive first. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to me. What's that? You're not a merchant? Well, are you aware of the funny customs these Kestir have? Apparently words aren't much use. Only actions will do. I was told as much by members of other Ori tribes, but I just can't bring myself to believe it. How can one run a market if they refuse to speak? Regardless, it does not appear that I stand to gain much from continuing to rely on speech. If even a fellow outsider such as yourself is telling me to follow the Kestiri customs, I suppose it is high time I acquiesced. Aw, we don't get to lay him out any further. Okay. Now that I think of it, if you're not a competitor, would you perhaps be interested in working with me? Seek me out if you'd like to hear more. Well, I guess we're interested. Because this might be a quest chain tied to the Aether Current. It is, okay. Well, we're doing this now. Just thought it'd be a fun, quick quest. It seems she is glad to see the back of Gasco. And we're just getting used to seeing him more, I guess. Or we're gonna have to get used to seeing him more, what I meant to say. It's been an eternity since I last had the chance to talk with a fellow traveler. The name's Casco. I belong to the East Aldenor Trading Company, great sign already. And I've been stationed in the Far East for a while now. I used to work at our Kugane office until a short while ago. Word has it, it won't be long before Doma fully escapes the Empire's grasp. Very few merchants are going to pass up such a good opportunity to trade with a newly independent nation. I've always been a pioneer myself, and decided that I would make certain I was the first to explore this new potential trade partner. I brought bags full of foreign goods to impress the locals with. Yet despite this, I'm unable to convince them to even talk to me. Never mind take a look at my wares. If only they knew what harrowing obstacles I have overcome just to be here. Countless levies paid to pirates, daring escapes from fearsome bandits and beasts. I could go on forever. And what is my reward? The icy stare of a Kestiri woman. Until today, I had never met a lady that thought me anything but a charming gent. As it seems I am alone and not up to this task, as it seems I alone am not up to this task, I wish to ask for your aid, a knowledgeable adventurer. If you help me convince them to trade, I promise you untold discounts on everything I have for sale. Wow, untold discounts? We're in. No need to be so alarmed, friend. I merely wish for you to help me learn about Kestiri customs. I would not dream of asking you to threaten them, or force you to help me with my work. Their culture is unlike anything I've encountered thus far. If I'm to get anywhere, I must study all the customs and deities that govern their day-to-day lives. Only then do I stand a chance of convincing them to trade. This information shall doubtless be equally valuable to you on your travels. I guess that's true. I mean, we just got introduced to them, but we barely know anything about them. Why, if I weren't such a humble man, I would demand you show your gratitude to me for giving you this opportunity. Don't push your luck. Most people would probably drop this guy as soon as I got the Aether Current, and partly because he's so rude at that very last line. But we'll do it. Let us start by finding out just how the Kestir communicate with one another. If we cannot learn this much, then there is not much point in being here. It is to this end that I would have you ask the locals about their customs. Of course, I too shall try asking, although I fear I may have already gained an unfavorable reputation with the locals. Can't even begin to think why. Yeah, I wonder why. You first, Uto. Are you helping Gasco? Quite a handful, isn't he? He's not doing his fellow outsiders any favors. Of that you can be certain. Oh, she's an outsider, I see. Yeah, she's probably from Isari or something. Based on the fish and the, mainly the costume. Right. You would do well to tell him it is about time he started following Kestiri rules for a change. I'd like to get more dialogue from her, but we would have to go around her quest somehow. By accepting it, then getting her flavor text for this quest, and then abandoning her quest. Too much work. You would have me explain history customs to you. I would assume most people would pick those up after spending a few days here. Mind you, our merchant friend makes me wonder. I guess you refuse to speak. You think all words to be lies. If you wish to learn, or to earn their trust, then simply follow this principle. It should be clear what you need to do. Ah, no flavor text for this guy either. Ensued. No way I'm gonna know how to pronounce any of these names properly, that's for sure. If you wish to understand the Kestir, you should start by considering why this area was named Reunion. The Zayla tribes constantly fight with one another. However, whilst they are in reunion, all conflict is prohibited. The area was founded based on the ideal, of the Zayla coming together as one. Okay, flavor text for this one, good. All conflict is prohibited between Zayla and Reunion. It serves as a beacon of hope for those that wish for their tribes to reunite as one. Not a whole lot of flavor, but I do enjoy it. Any chance we get. Alright, how's it going, Gasco? It's just not the Kestir. All the bloody Zayla in this place hardly speak. Though they're quite good at staring, I must say. Did you fare any better? Of course we did. We're better than you. We're supposed to show our intentions through actions, you say? Yes, over-reliance on speech is something we should all endeavor to avoid. And there is truly only one thing for it. We gain their trust by showing them we come in peace. And how do you mean to do that? Yes, I shall greet all those in reunion and show that I only want to be their friend. Here's an idea. Why don't you go and greet greet Kotoda first. She's the one we really have to convince after all. Okay, let's go talk to Kotoda. Kotoda. Reassure Kotoda with a wordless, you can trust me. I like that emote. Me. It's me. Oh wait, I kinda wish I did something else first, to see the response. Kotoda seems unsure how to react to your gesture. You wonder how to proceed. Kill her with kindness. Take a gentler approach. She may not like this. Kill her. No. Let's do the thing she won't like. Blow a kiss. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too much for you? It seems you have scared Kotoda. You wonder how best to make amends. Act as a lady should. This is fun. Take a friendlier approach. Show you have nothing left to lose. I love that song. From Rapunzel, the animated series. This is the dance of our people. I think she liked it. Kotoda is unable to think of a suitable response to your lunacy. It seems you are yet to fully earn her trust. Oh, fancy seeing you here, Kotoda. Allow me to show you just how friendly I am. Behold, the bomb dance of Kugane. Oh. Okay, maybe he is better than us. Come on now, do not be shy. Let us all get to know each other. Why do you stare at me so? She loves it, right? I think she loves it. Well, it seems I have overstayed my welcome. Come along, Komoy. Let us not bother the lovely Kestir any further. Pray meet with me outside. Damn it, we had it in the bag until you came along. No one seems to find Gesco's version of the bomb dance especially charming. Yeah, no one. No one found that charming whatsoever. But how do I get that emote? Teach me how to bomb dance. I'm ever the optimist, but even I would struggle to say that went according to plan. I just don't understand. When I danced in front of a Kestir earlier, several gathered to watch. You should have seen them, Komoy. They were beckoning others to come look, pointing fingers, laughing. They loved my performance. Yeah, I can't imagine. If they love your performance that much, then why would they not love it now? After such a positive reception, I was certain Kotoda would respond in a similar manner. Perhaps even dance with me. But no. All I saw was rage in her eyes. I don't know. I think she was about to dance with you. She was just a little bit nervous. Maybe if you danced a little bit longer with her, you would have won her over. However, I've indeed gained a better understanding of their ways. Now I just need to consider how to approach them next time. And next time is now. In consideration of the fact that showing my enthusiasm to dance had little effect, I suggest we consider a new approach. Instead of approaching the Kestir directly, we focus on improving my reputation with the other tribes. As I have previously mentioned, I brought countless goats with me, from faraway lands, the likes of which the Zayla have never seen. If I advertise these wares in Reunion, there will be crowds begging to trade with me in no time. Would you be up to the task of promoting my goods to those that have only just arrived in Reunion? I shall focus on the group that enjoyed my bond dance performance. No doubt they are eager to see me again. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm struggling to recall just who was present for my dance, but do not worry yourself. It will come to me soon. Please advertise my wares to those that have recently arrived in Reunion. I mean, if they wanted a dance, we could give them a dance. This is our best dance. We're not going to gather a crowd, though. Okay, the weather's changed, and it's actually prettier now. It's not too bad during the night here in the Azim Steppe. Do they actually make the night sky clearer out in the Azim Steppe than like the other parts of the world, or am I just imagining it? I think I'm just imagining it, but it feels like that would be the case in like real life. Alright, who are we looking for? Any recent arrivals? You can tell who's a recent arrival based on the icon above their head. Not a one. Maybe around the corner somewhere? I'm pretty sure they're not going to be like here though. They should be in the main thoroughfare. And yet, I see no one. Well, recently arrived, maybe they're at the very entrance. Oh wait, there we are. I guess this is close. Yeah, to the entrance. Jabé. You say that there's a merchant about selling weapons from foreign lands? Interesting indeed. But why did you think to tell me of this fact? Because you have a weapon. You should buy one. The poor man's been denied permission to trade in Reunion. Well, I can certainly see why they turn him away if that's what he's selling. Though that works well for me, that is to say, he has my deepest sympathies. We Gessi are skilled hunters. Certainly the most capable of all the Zayla tribes. We fully understand the importance of weaponry. Everyone would certainly like to see your friend given permission to trade. In fact, I'll even give him some advice on how to plead his cause. While I am talking with the merchant, I would advise you to continue your efforts to win over the Kestir. Something you may wish to keep in mind, the Kestir are always in need of oil to keep the lanterns lit in Reunion. Say a step Gadon, and bring back a lump of his fat. The Kestir are sure to appreciate the gesture. In the meantime, I will tell your friend all about trading in Reunion. I shall see to it that he knows absolutely everything. Oh yes. Say a step Gadon and bring back a lump of its fat. I shall give your friend some advice in the meantime. Okay. Yeah, you could really use the advice. Give him some thorough advising. We really spent the entire episode just in this one corner, basically. We'll pick up pace eventually, though. Oh, that was wrong. Still working on my rotation, perfecting it. Well, perfecting it based on my own theory about it. wait, we already have enough. I thought we needed 2. You know, I'm not even riding the horse, like I said I would. Kinda sticks out, doesn't it? But that's fine. I knew that beast would be no match for you. I also knew Gasco would be no match for my cunning scheme. What's that? Did I say something? No, of course not. What cunning scheme could he possibly be talking about? Hello again, Komoy. Jabei has told me everything. I hear you're going to procure some beast fat. We already did. Excellent. Let us present this to the Kestir, as Jabei suggested, and earn their trust. A wise decision. You would do well to follow my advice if you wish to trade here. What a kind, helpful gentleman. What did we talk about, you ask? Nothing especially interesting. He merely gave me some guidance as to how I could secure permission to trade here. And speaking of which, thank you for gathering the steppe Gadon fat. Could you give it to Kotoda for me? There's something else that requires my attention. Okay. We'll win you over yet, Kotoda. We know how much you love fat. Kotoda is unsure as to why you have visited. Show her that you mean well by handing over the steppe Gadon fat. Just kinda dump it all over her hands. A viscous chunk of fat, torn from its rightful owner. Rightful owner. You love it. You love fat. Right? Right? Kotoda is flabbergasted. You wonder if her reaction has something to do with the advice Jabei gave to Gasco. Kotoda gives the sticky animal fat back to you. It seems she wants you to talk with Reunion's Khan about what Jebel said to Gasco. Speak with the Khan. You got it. I don't think we're going to speak to the Khan. Mission failure. The Khan is waiting to see how you will act. Do a dance. Dump the fat in his lap. The Khan gazes upon you as if he is staring into your very soul. It seems he wishes you to grant him your succor. How will you respond? Give him the suck. Give him my succor. Nod a quizzical look. Show him yourself. Okay, that's not what I thought by yourself, but this is like it's not a very adult game, so yeah. The Khan stares at you unblinking. It seems you have earned his trust. The Khan points to the northeast. It appears there is something in that direction he would like you to investigate. The Khan wants you to head to the northeast on his behalf. Okay. Any more from you, Kotoda? Yep, help the Khan. You got it. I'll do this one later, starting the next episode probably. I think we're just about to wrap this one up. And how exactly did the Khan know we should come here? Here being the watchtower, I guess? Maybe we don't know that we're supposed to go to the watchtower. Maybe Komoy, the player, or the character in-world, thinks to herself, I have no idea what that guy was pointing at. So she climbs up high to see what he could be possibly pointing at. This would be, or would appear to be the area the Khan bids you to visit. Okay, never mind. You decide to wait for a while and see if anything happens. You came after all. Do you have the weapons? Yes, you are certain this will allow me to trade in Reunion? Certainly. The Kestir are indebted to us. They'll listen to anything we ask of them. You'll have permission to trade in no time. All I ask is that you sell your weapons to us first. All of them. I'm especially interested in the bombs you foreigners make. Bombs? Well, I have some, although they're used for mining, not war. I don't have a great many either. None of that matters. Just give me everything you have, you fool. Then you will go back to your wretched homeland and bring more. Are you positive you have been telling me the truth this whole time? No. Words can lie? If only we knew. If only someone told us that during this questline. When Komoy and I talked to the Auran reunion, we were told everyone there was equal and at peace. Yet you would monopolize all the weapons I have for sale. You also claim the Kestir will listen to anything you say, but I know full well they do not listen to anyone. It seems I was wrong to call you a fool earlier. You've a fair bit of knowledge beneath that thick skull of yours, I see. Now you've caught on to my plan. There is no reason to continue the ruse. You need your bombs to become the dominant tribe. Now hand them over, you cur. And off we go. Oh wow. When you draw them in the air, you do a flip. I never saw that before. Incredible. We look so cool. Get out of here, you. Okay, fine. You first. No, actually, let's just de-aggro it. I want to save my rotation for these guys. Pretty sure this will be faster. Okay. This. Damn, I did it wrong. It was close enough, I guess, but close enough is never good enough. Komoy, please accept my apologies. He told me I had to come alone. Jabei, I knew you were foolish, but I never imagined you were so far beyond redemption. I'm sorry we had to involve you in this adventure. However, your efforts have helped us save Reunion from great harm. I will make sure the Gessi Khan is informed of events. I imagine he will be keen to see Jabei is punished for his crimes. How did things come to this? The Gessi may be the most skilled at hunting, but they are ultimately at the mercy of their weapons. There is a limit to what one can obtain on the Azim steppe. No doubt they have long wondered what they could accomplish were they able to get their hands on weapons from faraway lands. Jabei is one of the most radical Gessi I've had the misfortune of meeting. He harbors an intense hatred for the larger tribes, such as the Arakim and the Yungid. His plan was to use foreign tools to demonstrate the Gessi's supposed superiority. I did not ask for any of this. I simply want to sell my wares, that I may make a living for myself. Do not involve me in your tribal feuds. You clearly still do not understand just why you are so hated in Reunion. Think back to that fat Jabei had you procured to turn into oil for Reunion saps. What do you think happens when bombs are set off near oil? You mean to say that my actions were endangering the very lives of those who live in Reunion? I understand Katota's reluctance now. She foresaw that the trade of foreign weapons would bring only conflict to Reunion. It would have been irresponsible of her to allow me to trade with Sazela here. Oh, I guess our Chocobo was doing some fighting, like in the real world, in the background. How funny. Now everything is clear. There is little reason for me to stay any longer. Allow me to apologize for all the trouble I have caused so far. You are handed a vellum covered with Kestiri markings. Katota points in the direction Gasco headed. It seems she would have you present the vellum to him. What is a vellum? I guess it's some kind of receptacle. We've been out all night. Gedon, funny name for a wolf. That is a wolf, right? What other animal in the real world would that be? Okay, all the way at the entrance. Nearly done. Ah, Komoi. I just finished saying farewell to that group of Bomb Dance fans. Oh. What a shame. Could it be? This is the very vellum required to trade in reunion. Oh, I guess a vellum is a parchment, I guess. But why would Katoda see fit to bestow this honor upon me? My new bungle almost set reunion ablaze. Because you acknowledge your mistake. Because you didn't sell any bombs to Jabe. Or just a silent stare. Maybe we do this. Just for fun. Aha, nicely done, Komoi. Words are not but lies after all. Their kind actions speak louder than words ever could. It's obvious to me now just why they place their face in actions. Their gesture has made me feel genuine joy for the first time in a long while. And whilst I would love nothing more than to begin trading right away, I must make one more trip back to our office in Gurane first. I need to have a good think about what I should sell here. I'm inclined to believe food, spices, and seeds of plants suited to the local climate would go down well. And I'm sure Katoda would appreciate such goods being traded in reunion. I'll return as soon as I'm ready. This region is so different to anywhere I've been, and that is precisely what makes it fascinating. However, there are still countless people out there who have no understanding of its culture, just like me when I first arrived. What's more, if traders such as myself descended upon reunion in droves, the Kestir will doubtless struggle to keep them under control. That is why I must return to give back to this land that has taught me so much. I owe a great debt to both the Kestir and you, Komoi. I truly hope I see you again in reunion someday. Well, he leaves after all, but I guess he might come back in the future. I like that quest, it was a fun one. It wasn't just like a good look at the way that these tribes work, mainly the Kestir that govern reunion, I guess. But also that character was just like he had a fun arc. And the whole bomb dance thing. Pretty fun. Okay. And on that note, I guess we were out all night doing some random bullshit side quests again, so Komoi's probably worked up quite the appetite. Let's get her some of that booze after all, and in between episodes you need that. That would be a good time to take a break.